and change the person that they're in a relationship to be like them. Deliver me from relationships where they said this. You know, me and my husband, we get so much in common. And we just do this and we do this. That's fine, but there needs to be a percentage of some difference. And you should expect that. If she doesn't like camping, I know the McIntyres love camping. So if Brother McIntyre want to go out to the campfire and stuff, that's fine. But I know Sister Valerie, she's going to have yard smoker. Every little critter. What was that? What? Yeah. She don't know that. She said yes. My daughter Kim has ruined her children about bugs. True story. They've done it at our house. Kim and her kids could come in that door. And if there was a spider back in that corner way, I'm just telling you, I don't know, I'm telling you, they can spot. You know, sometimes when you come in the house and you bring a leaf, and there's a little piece of leaf is on the floor. When they first walk in the house, they see that piece of leaf. What's that? And you ought to hear them trying to break back out of the house. And wait a minute, in the summertime, if you don't put that yellow light bulb up there, y'all know what I'm talking about? In the summertime, don't have a white bulb because the bugs will, but if you put that yellow bulb, that's a bug light. The bugs won't swarm around. And so for the first thing they do, if I hadn't changed that bulb yet, they cut the light out and they hold the door open and they start dashing to the car. And they got all of them running. True story. I guess the ladybugs were swarming. They were mating. It was ladybug season here not too long ago. I don't know if y'all had the problem, but they would swarm. It was just full of ladybugs. And they just scared of those ladybugs. Okay, y'all not in here with me. But read what I have.
The reality is most people get married in order to try and be single.
They're trying to be single.
Making their partner like them.
Yeah, in a relationship. But trying to make the other one like them. And that's not going to work. Because there's going to be a part of you that's not going to go along with everything the way you see it. Whether it's finances, whether it's the way to raise the children, there's going to be some difference. Did you not notice your differences that determine our value? When you're different from someone else and you can do things differently than other people, even in the workplace, you get more. When the practical nurse shows up, she outranks the RN. You know, am I right? Then the RN will outrank the LPN and the L. Because it's a difference. They know a difference. They have a difference. They've done it. And you get, doctors get more than the nurse practitioner because it's a difference. I pay my doctor more than I pay the guy that used the weed to trim my yard. The person that cuts on me to do my surgery, I pay them more than I do the guy that put on my shingles. It's your difference. Oh, come on, read this to me.
Remember, my thought is the myth of being single.
Yeah, that's a myth. It's a fable. If you want someone to want you, you should be different from somebody else. If I'm with you and you remind me of one of my exes, that woman never want to be hearing about what your ex is. That's why I say ex. I don't even care if your ex is in Texas. But that relationship, that person you with should be different from other people. That husband that you picking is different from other men. You shouldn't tell, well, see, don't compare your relationship. You know, this is the wife. You know, my daddy, talking about they father. Don't you compare your new husband to your daddy. You should have done all that. in the preliminaries to see if they treated you like they treated, like your daddy treated you, like your father treated your mother. If your daddy wasn't around, you didn't have an example. That's a lot of the problem now. People do not have an accurate example of how to follow in relationships. Read it.
I told you Wednesday night, you are single but not alone.
You're single but not alone. Why? Because in your earliest stages, you were in a relationship. Call it puppy love, call it whatever it was. And you got in another relationship. Now you bring pieces. Whether you like it or not, you bring pieces of that relationship over. Because now you're on the lookout for the sign that was in that. So you can avoid. Then you get in another relationship. Now you got all these pieces. And now you compare. And God forbid, do not bring it up that you compare. Oh, I just should have stayed with my old boyfriend. He treated me. Oh, you just messed up. Come on, read this thing.
You see, there is a priority and a purpose for being single.
Come on.
Note the word priority.
Uh-huh.
It is so important to know being single is more important than being married.
Why? Read it.
Just look in your Bible. God did not create a married person.
Mm-hmm.
He created a single person.
Mm-hmm.
God creates in a series of priorities.
Look at it, what I have. Read it.
He always creates the more important thing first.
He created the man first because it was more important for the development of an individual to present themselves to take on the responsibilities of a spouse. But read what I have.
But the most precious last.
He brought the woman last because she's more precious. Oh, y'all not in here. That man is important, but the woman is precious. Then shall a man leave his mother and father and cleave unto his wife. That man is supposed to bring something to the table that woman will be secure, that he can take care of her. He can protect her. God, help me, Holy Ghost. So God created the man first because of the individual development that needed to be had. And the first thing God said, go now and till the ground. Gave him work. Gave him occupation. Gave him productive something to do. Now don't y'all be struggling with one another because your wife make more money. You knew that when you got married. How's that gonna change? Read this thing.
So singleness is the foundation of mankind.
Yeah, mankind's foundation is singleness. Because everybody come here single. Everybody come here without a partner. You need to have intrapersonal development. Getting yourself together. But read what I have.
And family is the foundation of society.
But society, when groups of people come together, you have to have families. There need to be family structure. Y'all follow me real good. It takes the individual developing himself or herself to come together, to join together, to create family. And families then create society. Society cannot function and be what society is when there's a breakdown in family. So where there's a breakdown in family, there was a breakdown in the individual. God help me. Read this thing.
Don't get it confused. God did not create a marriage or a couple first.
Come on.
Because marriage is not the most important thing. This is why he did not start.
So he didn't start with marriage. He just started with the man, the single man. Read it.
God started with a single human. Singleness is the foundation of all relationships, and divorce is the ultimate tragedy of relationships.
So the ultimate tragedy, the worst, the breakup in a relationship is a divorce. It's a death. The root word even deals with death. Divorce means a death of a relationship. And when you have especially been married and intimate, God help me, and that thing breaks, that is a tragedy. Kids are hurt. They hear the tones in voices behind the closed door. They see things that you think they do not see. And they internalize it. Now, intrapersonally, their little spirits are being wounded. Oh, y'all not in here with me. I'm in here about myself. That's why God said, I hate it. I hate divorce. I hate it when those that I've joined together didn't break up. I would if they separated that they be reconciled to one another. Read it.
Divorce is the death of a relationship, and it is worse than physical death.
Come on.
This is why God says, I hate divorce.
Read it.
God never said, I hate death.
I never seen in the Bible where God said, I hate death. But he said, I hate divorce. You never see where he hates sickness, but you see he hates death. He hates divorce. Read it.
But he hates divorce. That's why you don't want to get a divorce.
Come on, because God hates that. Do you want to please God? Amen. Stay together. If you can't stay together, separate but remain unmarried. Because if you break up for the wrong reason, you cause that other person to commit adultery. Then whoever married them, now you have adultery. Now society is out of order. Read it.
Those of you who are not married think you want to get married, but you need a brief meeting with a divorce.
You need to talk with a divorcee. You think you want to tell somebody, I think I want to get married. You just think it. Because there's a spouse out there waiting to get you to be like them. And if you go through life and that other spouse converts you to be like them, and then your next statement is, well, we do everything together. We don't do anything separately. We do everything. I just love everything. One of y'all not thinking. Come on, read.
And let them tell you that it is better to be in your apartment by yourself.
It's definitely better to just be in your apartment. Go rent Red Box. Or Redmond Box. Popcorn, everybody go. Lick all your butt off your own finger. Hey, baby, you want some popcorn? Let me get that. Oh, come on, read this thing. We gotta go.
It is better to be in your apartment by yourself, feeling alone,
Come on,
than to be with somebody you want to strangle.
come on. You want to strangle? Somebody you want to kill? See that lady over there? Come on, read it. Read it.
You just think you want to get married.
You just think it. Come on.
You are not ready because you haven't mastered being single.
That's it. Read it.
The Bible discourages us from marrying. We put our gowns and tuxedos on.
All righty, wait a minute. They had the wedding the other week. And you that was here. When the bride was coming down the aisle, before she could come down the aisle, they rolled out a white little carpet. And then they had the flower girls. You know, they just prancing. They had their hair all put together, looking good. And the ring bearer bringing the ring. And the groom, this is true story, the groom was over there catching his knees. We all go right here, right there. That one right there. All right, good. And the bride just walking all confident. And the groom breaking. He had a groomsman right there. He breaking down. Couldn't hold the head again. Here comes the bride. It's all confident. No tears. The groom was already crying. I'm going to give you the Bible right quick. Remember that picture I just gave you. Read what I have.
The Bible discourages us from marrying. We put our gowns and tuxedos on.
Come on.
And walk down the aisle to many troubles.
And I'm going to show you the Bible. I'm going to show you the Bible. Come on, read what I have.
The Bible calls it trouble in the flesh.
Read it.
Outward circumstances, situations, and problems. Marriage is not a solution to your loneliness.
You're not going to solve your loneliness by marrying somebody. You're going to create a different set of problems. Read it.
But singleness is a
prerequisite. You have to have your singleness, your interpersonal development. It's a prerequisite. It comes before you get married. Read it.
For marriage, and your marriage will only be as good as your single life.
So the quality of your single life determines the quality of your married life. And being single is more important than being